The way I designed it is dumb. All the like figures are hard to get to. Okay, so we're gonna do an art critique, and it is for Firefox. Here's the piece. Let me go ahead and redeem it really quick. Okay. Yeah, I think that 5 questions regarding your sexuality.
I feel like it was a bit light.
It's a little.
Yeah.
It's a little light. All right. So this piece is by Firefox. I can't remember the numbers in your name.
5018.
5018 in the Twitch audience there. Who has redeemed their balls to cash in an art critique. And so we're going to take a look at this piece really fast. So first of all, I really, really like this style. You have really amazingly clean line art. Like, it's like super strong. And I like that you have in the line art this width variation. So like a lot of people's lines might be like one line width the entire time. But you have like really good width variation, which gives it the kind of sense of an organic traditional feel, like when you're using a real pen.
Oh, you mean like the line of her hair?
Yeah, it's thicker and thinner in some places. Yeah. Like as if you were using a real pen and making a line, wherever you push harder is going to be thicker. Yeah. So you have really good like line width variation. Also, you have really, really strong shadows. Like the edges of the shadows are strong, especially like where's my pen? Like where the hair casts a shadow onto the face is really well done. And then you have areas where the highlights along the edges give enough pronunciation between transitional places on like between two like light and dark areas, which is really well done here. And then like your shading is nice and smooth. So all in all, you have a really fantastic style. I think also the colors are really great. I think the like strong like green and black and blue and the white scarf does a really good job of dividing up all these little sections. I think if you want to like start focusing on where you can go next, I'd say it's probably thinking about really improving your line direction, or I'm sorry, your shading direction. You have really, really strong shading, but there are some areas where the lighting is competing with areas of the body. And you said you want me to read about it? It's your original character, Mercedes. She acts like how you think a vampire would act. Originally, she had red hair in her outfit. The story behind her design is that she was killed. Then, through the power of necromancy, she came back like this. Okay. And the brushes were my brushes. Okay. So anyway, so what I would do at this point is to start thinking about direction. So like right now, if I were to say where the lighting's coming from, because the shadow strength on the hair is so strong, that I would assume that the lighting is coming from this direction. Which lines up with a lot of the shadows on this, but not all of them. And I think that's the problem. Like, for example, this arm would cast a similar shadow along the edge of her chest here. And this area of her arm would probably not be in shadow. It would actually be on the other side. Same with this over here, unless that's a pattern that's on the shirt. And forgive me if I just didn't know which way it was. And then the shadow for the scarf would actually be on the other side. If the shadow's on the right-hand side of this overlap, then the shadow would be on the other side of the overlap here. So start thinking about the sphere in the eye that is casting light on your image, having actual lines of direction coming out. And if it's coming from this direction, then all the shadows should fall in the same direction too. If you don't, then your eyes kind of look all over the place for the lighting source, and if you can't find it, then it gets confusing. So I think you're doing a great job. Like I said, the style is really good. You've got a really good handle on the line art. I really think that the design is really great with the color choices that you have. The next step for me, anyway, would be to start thinking about complex lighting. And then, like I said, you have really good rim lighting, like on the face here and on the arms and stuff. I'd like to see some of that, like in the hair too. And then stronger in some of the other details, because I think it's really well done. Like it?
Yeah. I think it makes sense.
But anyway, thank you so much for sending this piece and giving us the opportunity to kind of talk about it for a little bit. I think it's really great. Thanks a lot for sharing.
Whoop. Did you just like make it sound